Introduce to you the person that's speaking tonight. He is a family man, a military veteran, and a successful entrepreneur for over 25 years. He's earned millions in 3 different industries and have come out of retirement for his sport. Not only has he done pretty well for himself, but he's always doing what's right for his people. His goal is to help 10,000 families generate $5,000 per month in residual income in the next 2 to 5 years. What we respect most about this gentleman is that he is truly a servant leader. So let me introduce to you the person who's helping our team launch our businesses and build legacy wealth, the VP of Leadership Development and one of the partners of the company, Mr. Samuel Bean.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Eddie, Angel, Eric, the usual suspects. What's going on, guys? And everybody else, like Bree said, guys, people are still coming in. People are going to be coming in all night. This is part two of what we started last week. Last week's launch call, the Project 500 launch call, kicked off with huge numbers. And if I'm not mistaken, it was maybe about 59 people on that call or more. And this week is going to be the same thing because people are excited about opportunity. Okay? And like she said, I personally came out of retirement for this specific opportunity. Guys, I had opportunity over the years. My wife and I, since when I came home from the military, we did a lot of business in a lot of different arenas, and we were fortunate enough to tie ourselves to some people who knew way more about money than we did. Okay? And we learned business over the years, me in excess of 30 years. And so we've been blessed to where, like she said, we've actually earned over 7 figures in 3 different industries. And so I came out of retirement because, guys, what you're going to find out is after I finish speaking today, it'll be number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7 in the same company. Okay. But there are people who are on here tonight who are coming in here not because they want to get rich. That's because they're trying to make the ends meet. You got some people who are maybe $1,000 to $2,000 away from just being able to breathe, being able to have a really good life and do what they want to do instead of living check to check and things like that. So what I want you guys to do is this, regardless of why you're here and where you want to get out of this call, I want you guys to see what we're here doing. And if it makes sense for you and you're a good fit for us, we'll do business. If not, what we'll do is we'll offer you some of the things that we offer because we know that everybody needs them, and uh, and we'll continue to go out and go on our way. But tonight, like I said, this is Project 500. This event again is what we're doing to generate wealth, and opportunities for people who are looking for a career, people who are looking for business, or people who are looking to generate residual income or wealth. Okay? And one of the things that I did say when I came back, it wasn't just about the money, but it was because I literally started a project that I did not get a chance to finish because the companies that I was in, they didn't allow me to do that for everybody. Okay. We really and truly had a goal to take 10,000 people over a 2 to 5 year window of time and help them get to a $5,000 residual monthly income. Okay. Because everybody doesn't need to be rich. But when you put $5,000 a month in 10,000 households, guys, you do some amazing things. And so I'm going to show you how, I intend on doing it with this company, but I'm also going to show you how, for those of you who just want a career, something part-time, where you can make a really nice, solid 5-figure monthly income or a multiple 6-figure annual income without recruiting anybody and without it being network marketing. This is probably going to be a place for you. Okay. So, like she said, take some copious notes. I'm going to give you some information that most people are not privy to and that is not being shared basically around the US because, people want you to be in the dark. Okay. And so, with that being said, this is again a high ticket brokerage, guys, where right now, if you look at, Amazon and how Amazon does business, right? Amazon is a platform for companies to come and sell their products. Okay. And so for us, this is a platform that we actually partner with other companies or open up other companies, and we want to have different things to offer because everybody's not the same. There's not a one size fit all company that's out there. So we have 4 different verticals that billionaires and millionaires participate in, invest in, and build companies around and futures around on a daily basis. Okay. And so each one of these potential platforms, you can make a nice, solid 6 or 7 figure income. You don't need all 4 of them. Okay. But you do need one of them. And I'm gonna tell you why you need one of them. Okay? Is because right now the companies that you work for, they already have theirs, right? They already have their future. They already have their safety net. They already have the legacy plan for their families, and you don't have one for yours if you are employed by one of these companies. Okay. The other thing you want to make sure you understand is that AI is coming. Okay. Artificial intelligence is replacing people every day. And it's nothing personal. It's called the bottom line. Okay. And companies are always trying to make sure they actually are saving more money when they do business, because that's what business is. It's never personal, it's always business. Okay. Then you also have outsourcing and things like that. Now you have the economy shifting and changing. And when you have that, you have things change around you, companies go out of business, and all of a sudden you have debt crisis, layoffs, inflation, high interest rates, bankruptcies, recessions, jobs replacements, and left sizing, right sizing, outsizing, all this stuff that you've heard from depressions to recessions. All this stuff is bad news, but it's not bad news for smart business people. Okay. But when I say smart business people, you look at companies out there who have some true entrepreneurs, and they understand that in the gig economy, they need to position themselves in place. So when things happen in the economy, like COVID, things that you can't control, unforeseen things, or mass layoffs, when the economy shifts or a recession hits, they're already in place, handing you their band-aid, right? They're giving you something that's going to stop the bleeding, something that's going to buy you some time and bridge the gap from where are you at now to your next job, or where are you at now to, write this down, your exit strategy. Okay. And so none of these guys I hear, guys, they really offer an exit strategy for the masses, right? Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, Shopify, Amazon themselves, DoorDash, all these companies, they offer you some right now money, and they're making billions of dollars because they're servicing millions of people. They take a lot off of a little, off a large group of people. Okay. And so you'll see that our gig is a little bit different. Okay. Again, we're going to put people in a position of empowerment, like Sabrina said. And the reason why we can say that, guys, to a certainty is because, when we picked out, the companies that we're partnering with, all of those companies check these boxes. Okay. And so when you look at a company, you look at opportunity, what are you looking for? You're looking for industries with big target market and low market penetration. Okay. You're looking for something that nobody knows about, or people are unaware of, right? Or something that people is way off their radar. And when you find it, right? And then boom, when everybody realizes that it's here, you've already made your millions. I've done it a couple times already. Okay. Essential goods and services, guys, like gas, electricity, water. If you notice, all these things are things you cannot do without, right? These are things that you pay these bills every month. You have an allotment of funding going out of your house, and it's called residual income for those companies, right? Add your cell phone in there and your coffee bill. I have my coffee here, your cigarettes or whatever else you use, or whatever else you can't do without, guys. That's a residual income billionaire producing business for somebody. Okay. Essential or habitual. Industries that will thrive in good and bad economies, right? Like I said, COVID. Think of how many companies blew up during COVID. Nobody can go outside. So where there's a problem, there's a solution. Where there's a solution, there's an opportunity. Guess what? You have companies like Zoom that blew up, and the stock of Zoom went through the roof. You have companies like, Netflix. That's where you got the Netflix and chill, right? Then you have companies like, what was the name of the video game? It was Fortnite. It's companies who made billions of dollars, guys, based on opportunities that were thriving in good and bad economies. Okay. And so when Bree told you that my wife and I made seven figures in multiple industries, one of our industries was coffee, and it was a healthy coffee company. And our income went up as people were locked in their homes, worried, stressing, and had nowhere to go. All they had to do, I mean, only thing they could do was lean on their addictions, their habits, and just wait it out. So I want you guys to understand this is not something that we're putting in front of you because we're hoping this works. Okay? This is something that we're putting in front of you because we understand what's about to happen, and we want to make sure that you are in position to take advantage of it. Okay. So when we talk about the platforms that we're participating in at this very moment, because there are more coming as we speak, first and foremost, you look at solar. Remember when I told you a lot of people are $1,000 to $2,000 away from breathing, right? If they just had extra $1,000, $2,000 a month coming in, they wouldn't have the problems that they have, right? And they can live a higher quality life. Well, getting a part-time job, 25 to 30 hours a week for $3,000 a month extra, I mean, that'll help you out financially, but when it comes to your lifestyle and the relationships that you left at home for that second job, it's not going to help you out at all. But when you actually have solar, and our commissions are paying anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 a deal, right? And you do a deal a month, guys. One of these deals a month can take you 2 or 3 months, 4 or 5 months, buy you time, and buy you air, right? Buy you oxygen. Yeah, you do one of these things a month, and you live in a high life. Okay, yeah. So you're looking at solar, and like I said, one deal a month could put you, as you can see, at a six-figure income on a part-time basis without recruiting and without it being network marketing. Then you have the water industry, which is, it's always been a very, very important thing. And I share with you guys something that's very, very important to me. My mother passed away because she didn't drink water, right? Dehydration, right? And when you look at, all she drank was beverages that had a lot of sugar in them, no water. And so that was her cause of death, literally. And so when I look at water, my siblings and I, we drink nothing but water. We drink nothing but the best of waters because, again, that's trauma from us. But there are a lot of people out there that buy water from stores, and you think it's clean water because it's in a bottle and you see clean water. Well, as if you go and do, some studies, you look at some of the documentaries, of what's actually in that water, you wouldn't be able to unsee what you saw, right? This is why water filtration companies have blown up. This is why 2 years ago, water filtration companies were producing $7.8 billion dollars that year. Last year, it was 8.45 billion last year. Guys, I'm telling you, we're entering the market with the company that manufacturing our actual systems that brought alkaline water to North America. Okay. And so our machines are half the cost of these machines are on the market, and our commissions, as you see, $1,000, $2,000 for a commission beats $200 to $300 per commission. Okay. Security is always important. It's going to be even more important as the market thins for employment. Guys, you need to protect your possessions. You need to protect your people that you love. And Brinks and ADT, well-known companies, we're paying you $500 $700 for that referral. We have people doing 2 or 3 of those a week, but we have one that's coming that's near and dear to my heart. A lot of people are getting broke into, even though they still have alarms because criminals are getting smarter, right? They know how to trip up certain devices or certain systems. Well, right now we have a military grade portable security system that's coming out on the market. It'll be here in January, and I can't wait till it gets here because it's a plug and play. It's wireless, right? Doesn't have any hard wiring. And when a person opens that door or that window, the pressure in the house changes. When that happens, guess what? The alarm goes off and they leave because they don't know where it's at to turn it off, right? And so and I say portable, know this, well, if you have a wife who works late, she can take it to her office. You have a daughter that's in college, and we hear all the horrifying, terrifying stories, and some that we don't hear because they're embarrassed about what happens when men enter, dormitory rooms of females. And so, whether you're on a girls trip in Miami, it doesn't matter. In that Airbnb, you take it with you. Guys, this is where, again, we're coming on to the scene with Ripple, and they're not just going to pay you for the installation fee, they're also going to pay you a monitoring commission every month. So you're going to have some residual income coming with that. Okay. So Smart Money Club, guys, basically financial services. And I'm going to teach you how to actually, be smarter, and grow your money and everything else. We have those programs that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes here. Let's talk about our flagship service, which is solar. Okay. So when you look at solar, as you can see, all the numbers are right there in front of you. And my father had this saying, he said, men and women lie, numbers don't. And when you look at numbers, we talk about low market penetration, guys. 90 million homes are eligible here in the US for solar. Only 5 million have gone solar. Okay. So 85 million people are waiting for us to come and knock on our door or make a phone call to them or reach out to them on social media. Let me share with you why I know that's the truth. Last week, guys, we did one of our friends who's in this industry, who's in this company, sent me a text message of a screenshot that showed a search that 497,000 people last week searched for solar installers. People are not waiting for us to come to them. They're looking for it. They're actively going out there trying to find their own solar systems because they want to get ahead of the game. Guys, right now, there's never been a better time to go solar because the company is, first of all, the industry is new to most, but look at the presidency. Look at who Donald Trump brought into office, to head the energy division, right? When you look at a person who's already about solar, Elon Musk is going to make sure everything is solar. In California, you already can't build a home, guys, and it's been since 2020 without having a solar system on it, right? By 2035, you won't be able to purchase a gas guzzler anywhere in California, right? That will be against the law. It's already said, it's already written, right? And so know that it's coming, right? And so you want to make sure that you're prepared. So when you look at the benefits, and keep in mind, I'm going to talk about benefits later on, but this is where it's important. I want you to understand that right now, it's always what's in it for me when it comes to a consumer. Okay. Why should I go solar? And you should go solar because you're going to save up to 50% of the energy costs. And what we've been seeing, we say up to 50% depends on the person, but we've been seeing about 30 to 40%, right? Which is still amazing. 0% down with various financing options and as low as 3.9%, which is what my financing was. Right. And if you're a person who you've been in a house for years and you might need a roof repair or roof replacement, guys, if you qualify for solar, you can have that roofing job added to the financing and still be 0% down. And guess what? You can still have a bill that's the same or cheaper than what it was before you went solar. Okay. Blackout protection, which is a very, very important. Guys, we've seen hurricanes this whole entire year almost, even outside of hurricane season. It's been crazy. Homes devastated. Here in Texas, we had almost 3 million homes without energy a couple of months ago. As a matter of fact, a hurricane in which 44 people died, not because of the actual winds and damage. We're talking about people who didn't have electricity, who couldn't have AC or couldn't have life-saving devices that they depend on based on no electricity. And so for me, my wife and I, we were displaced out of our home for 6 days. Okay. And we actually have generators and things like that. So there's nothing like having a solar system with a backup battery. So when everything goes off, right, yours is still on. The only home on the block, I take that back too. The guy who had solar before me down the block, we're the only two people on the block that have solar right now. I'm going to change that. But you got to have those batteries. Tax credits, guys, receive up to 30% tax credit. And if you can use it based on you owe the government already, use it to offset it. If you don't use it, if you don't need it, the bank needs it. They can probably use it. Okay, and give you a lower price point monthly. Immediate increase in home value, 4 to 5% per Zillow. And that's because a person, when they buy a house, they will love to buy a home that has no electric bill. Keeping in mind that when you sell your house, your neighbor's bills are going to continue to increase, right? And yours is going to either be locked in or gone. So that's incredibly important. And clean energy, guys, right now, you want clean energy because the more and more they use fossil fuels and all this other chemical stuff, it's bad for the environment. Okay. But in 2022, guys, the numbers said, and again, men and women lie, numbers don't. Someone went solar every 44 seconds. Last year, someone went solar every 39 seconds. Okay. And so it's going to be even more this year. Now, you can tell a lot about a company by who they do business with. And when you look at the fact that Freedom Forever chose to do business with us, I love that. Guys, This company, they're doing over 250 installations a day. They've done a month, and we're now top 10 when it comes to their partnership with them, and because we do at least 50 per month ourselves, right? They've done over 160,000 installations since 2011, right? So this is not a fly-by-night installation company. They're going to be here today and they're going to be here tomorrow. Okay, unlike some. The other difference is, look at the guarantees, guys. They don't just guarantee the product like other companies. Now they guarantee the product plus the power, loss and savings, and production. So I just want you guys to know this is the where this is a really good situation we find ourselves in. Plus, we do business in 36, 38 states now. I said 36 at first, but we just added two more, to the list. Okay. And so I'm extremely excited about where we're at. So what do you see, when you see this picture, guys? And your brain would automatically say opportunity. He wants us to say opportunity. There's no solar on these roofs. And just to double down on 85 million homes, right? Qualify for solar. Yeah, that's one thing. Okay. But what I want you to understand is what's hidden in plain sight. Okay. If you see that there are no solars on these roofs, you must understand that the actual utility companies see that as well. And so, as I want you to understand that a lot of you, even regardless of how you feel about solar, guess what? You're already paying for it. Okay, you're just not paying for the solar, panels that could be on your roof and should be on your roof. You're paying for the solar farms, the panels at the solar farms that the utility companies own. Okay, when you look at here, just here in California, I'm sorry, here in Houston, um, you look at six of the major cities here, guys. Houston, Austin, Amarillo, San Antonio, Garland, Dallas. All of them have utility companies that actually own solar farms. And when you look at your bill, guys, some of you will probably look at your bill and you may see something that says um, clean energy, funding, or clean energy project, or clean energy miscellaneous, or something like that, guys. That's you being a part of that crowdfunding project. You're paying for, their, project. You're paying for more than just your energy. Okay. So again, it's not if, it's when, right? Because it's if figure out that I should have panels on my roof because now I get to own the energy and produce it as opposed to leasing it from the utility companies. Okay. So here's some people who decided to own their energy instead of leasing it. Okay. There's a customer out in California, $287 a month before us, $148 a month after that. And the person who did this deal was a Century 21 agent. Okay. He called one of his past clients and he talked to him about him going into business with us, having his own solar division, and talked to them about going solar. And that's what they did, guys. And for that, he received $3,200. The person who helped him close the deal received $3,200. Okay. Now we had an EXP realtor in Florida do the same exact thing, guys, because this is what we teach, right? $410 before solar, $290 after solar with us. So as you can see, guys, when you look at a solar sales presentation, it's not just a presentation, it's an IQ test. Guys, if it doesn't make dollars or save you dollars, it don't make sense, right? And so that EXP realtor split an $8,200 commission with the expert that we have answering the questions and doing the presentations. We call them the mentor. Okay. So when you look at the bottom line, guys, that's what it's about. When it comes to business, look at hyperinflation. Look at where your bill was 5 years ago, and look at how many times it's had an increase since then. And most times, guys, some people have seen increases of 2 times a year. And if you had a storm in a region where your utility company already hit you, they hit you again. You had another increase to cover, all the damages and all the work that they have to do to the grid. Yeah, the grid is 160 years old, and it needs work on the regular, right? And it's overloaded, right? And so they are going to have your money pay for the grid, not the other way around. And guess what? The more people go solar, the less people they have to pay for the grid, which means that the bigger your bill gets. Yeah, it's 5 years from now. Think about where your bill is going to be. 10 years from now, think about where your bill is going to be. So remember, with solar, you replace that big bill for a smaller bill, not two bills. and you lock that bill in on never to go up and one day to go away. When you look at your home, you bought a home to own it one day. There's no way in the world you would stay in a house for 30 years and just rent it for somebody else to own it and keep 100% of the money you paid into it. So why does it make sense for you, to own the home and the land beneath it and not the energy that's being produced above it? Okay. The sun will never charge you a delivery fee. I guarantee it. Okay. But energy deregulation will be the largest transfer in wealth in history, guys, says Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people in the world. He not only said that, he doubled down on that and put $10 billion into clean energy. And for me, I have a philosophy. I don't take advice from people I wouldn't trade places with or bank accounts with. So I guess I'm going to be taking advice from Warren Buffett. So I suggest that you consider to do the same thing. Okay? Like I said earlier, this is a legitimate career opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, where you have opportunity to come in and do this part-time, full-time, no recruiting, no network marketing, right? On your own accord, we train, we support, right? And we do everything that we can to make sure you succeed. Okay. And then you have people who want to come in. Like I said, we had this morning, give you example, this morning at 9 a.m. Houston time, we had 55 real estate agents, brokers, and investors on a Zoom at 7 a.m. this morning, right? Because, they see what's going on and they wanted to get in on the action, right? They all have books of businesses, throughout them and their real estate agents of past clients that qualify for solar. And they understand that now it's easier for them to make an additional stream of income of $6,000 to $10,000 a transaction than it's ever been. So now what they're seeing is that one transaction, that one home sale used to be one transaction. Now they see it's a home transaction sale, a solar sale, a water filtration system sale, a security sale, and whatever else that we sell, right? It's no different than, Apple. Most of you guys have iPhones, okay? And so when you look at the people who have iPhones, the majority of you don't just have an iPhone. The majority of you actually have something else to go with it. iPod, iPad, MacBook, iTunes, iTV, whatever it is, guys, you're still in that ecosystem of purchasing based on the quality of the first person purchase that you made. It's the same thing here, guys. People are going to do one-stop shopping here. They're going to always return to buy what we have if they feel a need for it in the future. Okay. So personal sales, guys, this is your own efforts, your own sales skills. With our support, you're going to get either the first half of the transaction, the second half of the transaction where you're closing the deal, or both. Okay. Now, the company's going to pay you 70%, to that other commission to those two people. 70% of this transaction in this example is $10,000 and $7,000, right? Now that's 3,500 per person. In this situation, the person on the first half that originates the deal, that brings the deal to the table, your only job, is to do three things and do them well. Okay. First is pique someone's interest and go back and just share the benefits that I went over with you earlier. Right. And when you do that, they're going to get excited, going to ask you for more questions. So, you know what? I'm glad you asked. But remember, I own multiple companies. I'm not a solar pro. That's not what I do. I have a solar division, okay, that will be answering 100% of your questions and showing you what the panels are going to look like on your home. So you then get that bill. Step number two. Step number three, you make the appointment with the expert, with the mentor. Okay. Once you do that, guys, you can sit there and watch the presentation, or you can go ahead and find another bill or go back to your life. Right. But either way, that's as simple as 1, 2, 3, guys. 1, 2, 3, 3,500, $6,000, $10,000, whatever it is that you're going to get from that commission. Okay. So how to become a mentor, guys? When you look at the mentors, first of all, what a mentor does is they actually do the have the conversation with the homeowner. They sit there on Zoom, because it's done online, and they show them, a actual presentation, 10 to 15-minute conversation, basically educating the homeowner on solar and giving them all the information that they never knew about solar and how it's going to affect their house. Two, they're going to show them how the solar panels look on their roofs, because guess what? They got the address from the bill, so they know where the house is at. They've already added the panels on there based on the energy usage, showing them how many panels they need and how much money they're going to save. Last thing you're gonna do, guys, they're gonna get them qualified for financing and figure out what method they want to go, and then the deal is done. Once it's done, both you guys get paid. So either way, remember, you're doing business without recruiting. Either way, you're doing business without it being network marketing. This is how you make money on your own accord. Okay. So remember, there are other people now that want to be mentors. Let's say you have 4 people want to be a mentor. They all need 3 deals just like you did. That's 12 deals a month. At $3,500 per deal, per the example I gave you earlier, that's $4,200, $42,000 per month. It's $500,000 a year, right? Okay. A lot of money, guys. Part-time. Keep in mind that's part-time. See, you become an upper echelon type, was it top 5%er, right? In the US, earning, if not better. Zig Ziglar, he's just said it, and he's always said it, and I love Zig, rest in peace. You will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. He just says, go out and be a servant leader, guys. Introduce people to opportunities and put them in a position to take care of their families, and your family would never, ever need any help at all, right? So when you look at brokerages, like I was explaining to our brokers earlier today, you're behaving just like a real estate broker, mortgage broker, insurance broker. You are now setting up shop. You're setting up your office, and every agent that you bring in there, you're going to override every transaction that they do. And you should. You're the founder of the feast. It's no different than anything else in corporate America when you have corporate sales, those managers and those directors, guess what? They override everything you do. Okay. So the shoe's on the other foot now. Every time you bring someone in, you're going to get 20% to 45% overrides on everything they do, depending on where you're at in that chart. Okay. As you can see, the amount of deals being done in your brokerage determines the elevation, not the amount of people that you bring in. You have highly trained people who actually are really good at sales. Guys, you can elevate all the way up to the top of the pay scale with just a few people. It doesn't take a lot. Okay. Also, you get paid on the work that the people that they bring in to their brokerages as well. And then, as you can see at the end, as you get to participate in the community pool, which means that every time some solar is sold, right, a solar system is sold in the company, you get a chance to get an equal share of that 2% or that 5% pool, that profit sharing. So it's almost like your owner, or saying, just a partner of the company. So in this example here that just talked about managers and above, 10 people doing 1 sale per month. 4 of those people being direct to you, 6 of them being from anywhere down in your team. That's $6,300 using the $10,000 example. Okay. If you actually did both sides of the transaction yourself, like I stated earlier, you brought it to the table and you also close it. That's 7 grand, 13,000 per month if you do that every month. Okay. Double it up. Everybody does too. You still do one. It's 20 grand a month, $250,000 a year, part time. Okay. And now when you look at the evolution of business, guys, these days, everyone is going from the brick and mortar businesses that they used to have in the back in the day to now the click and order, where everybody's doing business online. Okay. Right now, believe it or not, people are still opening up solar companies for 150, 200 grand out the gate and 25 to 50 grand a month to run it. As we get the same leverage that they get in some, better perks, benefits, better, baselines. And we have, no geographical limitations because we don't have a place where we can just do business in Texas. We do business in 38 states. And guess what? Our brokerage only cost us $200, to open up. We have a whole company that offers 4 options to people for $200. Okay. And so it's crazy. And I'll show you why. When I said $200, you see 149 right there as a consultant. That's a person who wants to be a career person. That's a person who wants to go out there and sell on their own accord, right? And get paid on what they actually make. And that's fine. $149 gets you set up, gets everything turned on, gets you trained, gets you support, gets everything you need. $49 a month keeps you active and keeps you in the loop. And again, gives you everything you need to do business, okay, as an independent business owner. Okay. So you 4 people come in at any point in time and are active at any point in time, guys, you are pretty much getting that business for free at that point because you don't have a $49 a month monthly. Now, the business brokerage, guys, this is where you want to pay the most attention to because just for another 50 bucks, you have a world of benefits and perks that again outweigh the $299 a month. Okay. The $99 a month, again, you get four, you pay no more because you have a sales force, those people coming in. I haven't paid the $99 one time, guys, because I've been in a position where I've had more than four salespeople my whole entire time here. But one of the things that you actually get, as a business owner, you don't want to be a one of those companies that the 95% of the companies that go out of business in the first 2 to 5 years based on mismanagement and lack of leadership. Guys, you're going to have access to everything you see right here. Okay. Now, the other thing is this: you can actually offer this to some of your clients. Okay. I did a Zoom the other day for some CPAs and some accountants, people who do taxes, people who do all different types of things, financial advisory for their people. So one of the things they loved about this even more than solar, excuse me, guys. One thing they loved about this even more than the solar was the fact that they can now empower their people, right? And so they didn't see this as competition. They saw this as added value. And guess what? They realized that if their people actually bought into this, there's a subscription involved. So now, not only are they empowering their people, and the people are really appreciating that and showing gratitude, they're also making income. So they don't have to overcharge their people. But they're also showing their people how to use this to get 50% of the money that they pay in taxes back as well. Yeah. So again, this is not just something you can offer to your family and your friends to let them use, but this is something that you can turn into a whole entirely different business on its own. But it's a benefit that you get with it. Now, the bill membership, guys, this is where the lifestyle comes in at. As you can see here, we all eat, we all travel, we all shop. Okay? And one thing that rich and wealthy people don't do is they don't pay full price for anything. Okay. That's how you stay rich and wealthy. Okay. And as a matter of fact, broke people pay, full price for everything because they don't want to look broke. They don't want people to think that they are needy. And rich people don't care. Rich people understand it's very wise to ask for discounts. I know people who bargain with places that have fixed rates, even though they don't get it, they just do it on purpose because it's just a part of who they are. Right. But again, 50,000 restaurants, 150,000 retailers, 850 travel providers, guys. And I've used all of them except for retailers so far. Okay. Now, I'll talk about the subscriptions and the wealth creation, right? And residual income and things like that. And this is for the people again, who want that, right? These are the people who you see the big picture, and one day you want to take the rest of your life off, or one day you just don't want to wake up and pay any mortgages and any car notes because you want your residual income to do that for you. Okay, it doesn't matter, guys. As you can see here, residual income based on those subscriptions, guys, you can get to any level you want and have that money coming in every month like clockwork. See, when you look at, the types of businesses that are booming right now and that the masses globally are looking to start, it's subscription-based businesses. Okay. And so I'll give you an example of a few. I named one earlier. Netflix has 260 million subscribers. Okay. Um, Spotify has 239 million subs. Okay. Uh, HBO has 100 million subs. Okay. And one of my favorites, I love, talking about Jeff Bezos in this situation here, especially because, he sells everything. They sell everything, right? He overrides 100% of everything that they sell. But his security and his sleep at night income comes from his 200 million subs, and it's increasing. How many of you guys have an Amazon Prime as an example? Put a one in the chat if you have an Amazon Prime account, right? Put a one in the chat if you have Netflix, right? Put a one in the chat if you have HBO or Spotify, right? So these are things, that you see. And a lot of you have, see, a lot of you guys have all of those things, right? And so you're already a part of somebody's residual income. You're already a part of somebody's subscriptions. Now it's time for you to get on that side of the table. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had a job for 10 years, you've already made enough money to be rich, right? You were just on the wrong side of the money. And that's what I want you guys to hear today. I'm not back here to sell solar. Okay, I am not back here to sell water. I'm not back here to sell security. Hey, I am back here to create, again, residual income for 10,000 families, helping them get to $5,000 a month over the next 2 to 5 years. And that's going to do something special for me, but only after I do something special for others. So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this thing up here, guys. Again, make sure you get yourself started on the Builders Pack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the lines real quick here. So, Sabrina and Eddie can address the audience, guys. And I really appreciate you guys hanging around here to hear what they had to offer you. But Sabrina, Eddie, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Mr. Bean, we are so grateful for you. Thank you for taking the time out to share your wisdom, for sharing your leadership, and sharing just your servant leadership in wanting families to succeed in life. And this is one of those platforms. One of the things that I want everyone on here to really think about, especially as it's coming into the holidays and you're going into the new year, right? When you look at your situation and you want to go from one year to the next different, and you want your life to change, this is where that starts. So if you have a New Year's resolution, make that resolution now to start for the new year. And once the new year starts, you're already in place making the money you want to make. So you have to prepare, and that's this platform. So we look forward to you guys coming on board, being our partners, just loving life and living life together. Eddie?
Just a caveat on what my wife has spoken to. I just want to once again thank you, Mr. Bean, for giving us this opportunity to being able to help our team to being able to build wealth, legacy wealth. And also thank you, Angel, our sponsor. Can't never forget her. She's the one that harassed us to death to get us this information. And I'm thankful for it because she knew what she had her hands on. And because she knew what she had her hands on, she knew the type of people that we were. She made sure that we had that information as well. So for those individuals that are on here, those that you know you've been brought on by someone to meet to this meeting, they're doing it because they're trying to help you. Really to move into another space where you can actually get your residual and override and not have to worry about a paycheck to paycheck life. So I just want to thank you, Mr. Bean, for this opportunity that you have given unto us and taking care of our team by doing this presentation for us.
No problem. And guys, like you said, you get a chance to start your New Year's resolution 40 days early, right? Don't wait till the masses to start and make a change, guys. Go ahead and make it now, right? Hit the ground running. And what that means is you have all of our time while everybody else is, decking the halls with balls of jolly. So it's just let them do their thing, right? Let them do what they do every year, and let them continue to have the same situation, because next year a lot of those people are going to have a job the same time next year, right? And the year after that, a lot of people are going to have a job the same time the year after that. And so some of you will not have a job next year based on the decision that you make this year. Okay. And so that's all I'm saying. Okay. Get with Sabrina, get with Eddie, get with who invited you here, guys. One, tell them you appreciate them for doing you a solid and really giving you insight to a company before everybody else figured out that we're even here. And two, let them know that you're ready to get positioned, and let us go ahead and get your game plan set up and get your business off the ground and get you moving into that space, because I can guarantee you right now, based on what happened, like I said earlier, with Elon Musk being in the office, guys, we talk about success leaving clues. We talk about rich and wealthy people taking cues and taking tips. Guys, you're in a place right now that you probably can't recognize because you've probably never been in a multi-billion dollar or multi-million dollar space or place before it actually happened. But 3, 4 years from now, you get a chance to wake up one day and say, man, I'm glad I took that advice. And somebody else is gonna wake up and say, "Man, I'm sorry I did. I really hate I did." You have to apologize to your kids and your spouse for that. Okay. But love you guys again. Look forward to doing business with each and every last one of you that come on board. For those of you who don't, again, you see what we have. Get with Eddie and get with Sabrina. Let them know what you want, out of our catalog, out of our ecosystem, and also send people, their way as well. Okay. So we'll see you guys at the top. We'll see you guys at the bank. We'll see you guys at the beach. And we'll see you guys next time. Same line, same channel, more people. Bye, guys.